All
Maxine
righty.
and Bruce, thank you so much for hanging with us for Thursday on Rock 95.5 today.
Well, thank you, Maria, for having us.
Oh, I'm so happy. I mean, you got pizza and you got tiki cocktails. That's pretty much all I ever want in my life. But there's obviously a story to both of those things coming to fruition, which would
Yes,
therefore
there is.
start with your guys' first ever alcoholic beverage. Maxine, you start. What was the first drink you ever had and the story behind it?
Okay, my first drink I ever had was very not tiki. It was beer when I was in high school, and it was at a drive-in movie
Oh,
with my boyfriend, and
saucy.
I had so much that I threw up on him. That's how wonderful it really was.
Oh my God. What did he do?
Grossed out, took me home, delivered me to my parents, and that was about the end of that night.
I was about to say, did you get a second date after that? I want to hear about Maxine.
We did, because it was a lot of fun up to that point. So,
Maxine has game so much that she can puke on a guy, and he's still going to be like, yep, I want to come back for seconds.
well, that was high school. Come on.
I'm just saying, I couldn't have pulled that off in high school. It would have been bad news bears for me. Bruce, what about yours?
My first drink would have been probably 16, 17 when I was drinking actually with my parents. So margaritas.
Oh, your parents
yeah.
let you have margarita. They were like, hey, son, we're going to introduce you to tequila out the gate. What happened? How many did you have? Did you drink in moderation? I feel like you drank in moderation, Bruce.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. Yeah.
Responsible Bruce and bad Maxine. I'm so here for it. All right, so tell me about how that journey brought you to the hospitality industry and opening up Koa and opening up Lola's.
All right. Well, that would be on Bruce.
The hospitality industry was kind of my calling, and I kind of dragged them into it. So, but no, I always liked eating out restaurants and so forth, and I always loved food. I've been cooking since I was about 5 years old, so
wow.
I was always into cooking, and it just kind of followed through with my career, and I got into the right classes, schools, etc. And I studied at UNLV in Las Vegas, so from some of the finest chefs in the world, and just kind of went from there. And as for the pizza, I just kind of kept falling into pizza. I mean, I was going out looking for jobs. My next step in my career, it's just pizza was always there, and the next level. So ended up getting to the point of where I was running another restaurant, and we finally decided just to kind of do it ourselves. And that's where Lola started.
It's so easy to fall into pizza, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every night I have a little toke and then I fall into so much pizza. It's crazy. It just comes out of nowhere and attacks you, So tell me about, I want to talk about Kahala. Am I saying it right? Kahala Koa?
Yes, Kahala Koa.
Obviously, I'm a lady of the world up in here. Kahala Koa Tiki Bar. So tiki cocktails, I know, are they're difficult to create. It's a lot of ingredients going in, and there's a lot of alcohols that need to be masked by fruity, but then sometimes you want to make them more spirit forward. So tell me why a tiki bar was appealing to you, because it's not an easy industry to go into.
No, it's not. I always enjoyed the concept. We found the Mai Kai down in Fort Lauderdale, very young, before I could even really drink. They have a restaurant too. So that was a constant vacation spot for us. And, when I was like 16, 17, I just kind of became enamored with it, and the decorations and the South Seas, and just, getting there. And then like a year or two later, we went to Hawaii for the first time, and it's just everything clicked. So I always kind of had it in the back of my mind. But as you said, I mean, it takes a lot of effort. So, I mean, I was kind of studying, even when we had the pizza place kind of all along, I kind of had it in the back of my mind. It's just, we never quite wanted to make the step. So a couple of years ago, we found the perfect location, and, we had quite a collection amassed of artifacts from around the world. And, I had a good number of drink recipes that I had created over the years that we had been testing out with the family. And, we kind of fine-tuned them and we gave it a whirl, see how it would go. And it seems to have clicked pretty well. So it's great.
What's your favorite tiki cocktail?
My favorite one probably is, well, let's see, it's probably the zombie or, uh, I mean, I love our rum barrel. It's probably one of the best drinks I've ever had, which I mean, I'm kind of biased. I created it, but I mean, it's amazing. And we outsell pretty much everything with that. So it's great.
Maxine, get in on this. What's your favorite tiki cocktail?
Well, I like the zombie or a jet pilot. And they're both very strong drinks. And I like the stronger drink as opposed to sweet. So for me, it's a great mixing of the rum and the juices, but it's not so sweet that you're kind of like not there with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what percentage of your week would you say you spend in Hawaiian shirts?
Well, probably 80%.
And what goes into finding the perfect Hawaiian shirt for any given day?
Well, it depends on sometimes themes. I mean, we all have our different shirts. We have sports themes for the Cubs and the Blackhawks, and then we have traditional Hawaiian themed with the hula girls on it. And my son's got a Star Wars themed Hawaiian shirt. I mean, you can get about any theme you want right now. So they're
Star Wars themed Hawaiian shirt.
correct. Coles.
Cole's coming through. See, and people don't think that Hawaiian shirts are fashionable. There's a lot of thought that goes into this. They don't even understand.
Well, and they're very popular, even out of the tiki bar realm. I see people walking around in a lot of Hawaiian shirts everywhere these days. I think they're just in style too.
We're team Hawaiian shirt on Rock 95.5. I think it promotes a sense of permanent vacation, even while you are still dealing with all the BS at work.
Yes, it does. It does. And that's the whole concept of a tiki bar is escape and getting away from reality and feeling like you're somewhere else that you know, even though you're in, Arlington Heights, you're really not the moment you walk through the doors. And that's what the wonderful part of what we do is.
Yeah. How do you go and cultivate that sort of environment? How do you get that escapism to like, how do we walk into Kahala Koa and be like, whoa, we are in Hawaii right now? And how do you curate that?
Well, first of all, you walk in and there's no windows. So everything is lit with beautiful vintage fixtures we've collected over the years. Everything is decorated. Every corner you look at is decorated with something that just reminds you of tropical and islands and tiki. We have a beautiful pond running that gives you that, nice running water effect of soothing water and with fire in the pond and everything that would take you to that area of relaxation we have done. We've got the music that relaxes you. The drinks eventually relax you. So you just totally fall into an aura of, I'm not in Arlington Heights. I'm in Hawaii, or I'm in the South Seas or Tahiti or wherever. Yeah. It's totally a transporting experience.
Absolutely. Bruce, did you have something you want to add?
Oh no, I mean, I was just adding locations. I mean, there's a lot of islands, and yeah, I mean the music we've really fine-tuned to be real authentic island music. It's all from for the most part native music, so that we've collected from the different islands, which is great too. So
yes,
kind of lends to that authenticity.
Yes,
that we were going for.
Usually when people invite me into windowless buildings with on fire ponds, it sets off my red flags. But since there's tiki cocktails, I'm interested,
Well, that's a true tiki bar. And we even match some of our menu items. We do some Polynesian food and we do Polynesian
menu a little bit.
Yeah, Polynesian pizzas, a couple of those. And so if you want to really stay within the whole theme of eating and drinking, you can do that as well.
Tell me about this Polynesian pizza. What comes on it? What goes into it?
Well, we have a couple. We've got a
Bruce, can I move you to just the center of it? Thanks.
Yeah, we have the luau pork pizza, which features our kahala pork, which is basically pulled pork in a traditional Hawaiian spices, and then it's got a Hawaiian barbecue, so it's tropical fruit mixed with barbecue sauce, and then that's the base. And then, of course, fresh pineapple on top with cheese. So, I mean, it's amazing. So a lot of them, people really have enjoyed it. We got a lot of great feedback from it. We also do, a traditional Hawaiian pizza, but I mean, we tweaked it a little bit. Sauce, we make all our sauces, fresh pineapple, sets it apart a little bit. And then of course we've got our appetizers, which some of them are, from vintage restaurants that we picked up over the time. We have, of course, pork sliders. We've got, Shanghai chicken, which is bacon wrapped chicken and traditional seasonings that we cook. It's amazing. And egg rolls, and I eat pot stickers, and your traditional kind of stuff. But,
so you're hearing it here from pizza professional Bruce.
Yeah.
Thursday on Rock 95.5. Pineapple does belong on pizza.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It does definitely.
It's sweet. It's savory. You just have to have any version of somewhat advanced palate. But these children out here think that pizza has to be all savory. I'm sorry. I'm getting heated about the pineapple pizza debate. It's a very big topic for me in my household. How many people do you think come in and get their socks blown off by just how escaped they feel in these tiki cocktails?
Definitely, they do. There's a big wow factor. The outside of the building is decorated, but it's not as wowed as the inside. So they walk through and they're kind of not knowing what to expect, and they walk in and they just come in and they look around and they can't believe what they're seeing.
Yeah.
So there is a certain, aspect of you can't see inside without coming inside. So once they're inside, then they're blown away.
Absolutely. Do you have any customer stories that stick out in your mind as like that person was hilarious, that person was crazy, or maybe that person told me a story that was really touching and this is why I do this work? Just anything that stands out in your head, because there's no way that you have a tiki bar and not weird customer stories. I'm not going to believe it if you tell me that you don't.
Oh, we have a ton of them. I mean, we could sit here all night, but we do get a certain amount of people that are tiki, aficionados. They travel all over the country. They go, their mission is to go to every tiki bar in the United States. So we get a lot of those that come in total appreciation of what they see. And it's nice because the feedback is really good, because we are doing it right. We are hitting all the nails on the head with everything we're doing. And we do get a lot of, warm and fuzzies from those people. Yeah. And that is wonderful. But then you have a lot of people that bring their children in thinking that it's some sort of interactive playland, and you get the references to Rainforest Cafe. You get the references to somebody I think said, oh, this is what we're going to see in Mexico, which is nowhere close to what you're going to see in Mexico. And so you get some of that. And then you get your people that come in and ask you, what's the theme here? And you just kind of got to shake your head. Well, we're a tiki. Well, what's a tiki bar? So you have to explain what you're doing. They don't quite understand what they see. So you get all different kinds. It's every day is a new experience.
It's got to be hard to walk into a tiki bar without knowing what it is. Like the amount of decor and usually, like, I guess, stylized knickknacks, if you will. Like you can look like an island hoarder if you don't know what's going on.
Well, and then you have people walk in. We want to sit in the tiki bar side. Well, the whole bar is tiki bar. Well, where's the pizza? Do we have to go across the street? No, you don't go across the street to get the pizza. We're all under one roof. Oh, it's just
a lot of confusion, but that's because the drinks are working.
Yes.
The cocktails are potent. All right. Well, what is something you want to get out into the ether? Let the people know while you have the mic.
Well, we're here. We're doing what we do. We're a world-class tiki bar, and you have to come and see it for yourself because you won't be disappointed.
I'm taking that as an invitation, which I'm accepting right now. I want some tiki bars and pineapple on my pizza.
There you go, Maria. Anytime.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you both for hanging with us today.
Well, thank you for having us, and rock on.
Rock on.